Your smile lights up a room. There's not a single thing that I would change about you, 'cause you're perfect way that God made you.
Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another Domain show, and here is Adam Dicker, and Mr. Sam Charles will join us a little bit later.
Excellent. I do love this song, by the way. It's a very good song.
So positive and so nice.
The only other song that I think I like that also brings me really positive vibes is that marriage song that everybody does for their proposals. Like, will you marry me? They all do those. I'll have to find the name of it, but they do it for those flash mobs, and it's always the same song.
Yes.
Like, when I ask you to marry me, and it's really good too. Anyway,
so nice to see you. So nice to see you. So last week you were in New York, yes?
I was, yes. Yep.
Traveling.
It was good. I did something that I haven't done before, and it was at night I went on a food tour. And I've never really done a food tour before. I didn't even really know what it was, but somebody organized it. And about 10 of us went on what's called a food tour. And you have a tour guide, and they take you to 6 different restaurants in about 3 hours. And we had everything from, I don't know, Thai food to, they ended with really nice cupcakes. And we had falafel balls at one of the places. We had like dumplings, and we had vegetable spring rolls from another high-end place, and then we had French fries with like 12 dipping sauces, and it was a really good experience. It was something I've never done before. So,
and in the morning you wake up and you understand, I need a new shirt. No,
it was more of trying to avoid fried food and eating regular food as well. But it was the cupcake was. I'll post a picture later of the cupcake, but it was like it was a raspberry chocolate. It was like this place was on like Dragon's Den and Shark Tank for having like the best cupcakes and stuff. So it's pretty good.
Okay.
So they weren't wrong.
So good evening, good afternoon, everybody. And of course, please start asking your questions, and we'll be talking about domain name business. If this is your first time here, then welcome to the live stream of HostMaria, where we invite different domain professionals. And Adam Dicker is always here, and he's one of the most experienced domain investors in the world, who has seen it all, up and downs, and big sales and small sales, and has been here since. You've been in the domain industry since which year?
Oh, I'd say about 97, 96, 98, in that area.
Okay.
Definitely before I had all my kids, that's for sure.
So let us say hello to everybody. Mr. Sam Charles, hello, welcome. Okay, we are waiting. Sam, we are waiting for you as well. Okay, Helmut's fault. Eugene, yes, good evening. Hi, I'm Helmuts. Hi, Joe. Okay, Mr. Bill Roy, awesome, hello. So a quick update to everybody about the domain summit. We need to be effective and reasonable, and of course, and analyze the existing situation. So the existing situation is that on 30th, that was April 30th, the early bird tickets sale finished.
Okay.
And in total, we had 10 sold tickets. And that is definitely not enough. Definitely not enough to have a good networking event. So what I did, I made a decision to make this event shorter. So the first thing, now it is Monday and Tuesday only, 22nd and 23rd. So we are cutting off Wednesday. I'm cutting off costs. And another thing, the tickets, the entry will be free.
Well, that's a big difference.
Here you go. I'm opening the doors for everybody. We will absorb the costs. We'll be fine. Basically, there is no excuse. If you are far away somewhere in Manchester, start walking 2 weeks before.
What about Brisbane? What if they're in Brisbane or somewhere?
Start
Melbourne.
swimming. Put on
Yeah.
your swimming costume and start coming up. So basically, there are two links: bit.ly London DN and then 1 and London DN 2. Both of them go to Eventbrite. So day 1 and day 2. Please choose your day or both days and register your interest. But I would say please choose your tickets only if you intend to come. Only if you intend to come. That everybody can have this chance. The limitation is 1,000 people per day. There is definitely not enough space to put 1,000 people in the event place and or surrounding areas. But my experience is that half of the people who make reservations to different events just do not come. And then people will be coming. Some will come in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening. So it will be fine. And it is better to be overpacked than not to have enough people.
So I'll make a promise to the audience that if you show up, I will keep all my clothes on. I promise. Nobody will be scared.
Where's my bell? And so on summit.london, if you have a news media website, I am calling to all the domain name news websites. If you do see this video, or please tell your friends who have this website, we are looking for media partners. So if you are prepared to publish our press releases, then we will put your logo in the media partner. There is one logo missing. There are significant others. The websites and websites or platforms who are promoting our event, and I need to put up the main Art of the Name group. I just need to have a chat with you, Adam. Yes, which logo we'll put up there and what. So there is one missing. So, and if you wish to have a backlink from an interesting domain name website, and we are getting quite a traffic, please approach me. Find a way, and tell, hey, we'll put up your banner, or we'll do shout outs to our users, and I'm more than happy to put up your logos. And these are proper links. Do follow ones. I can't care, really. I'm not gonna do non-follow and all that good stuff. So you'll get a SEO juice, some more attention from domainers. Please come and approach us. And those domain name media that do not mention domain name summit, they're bad. Hitler had this little black notebook. Have you heard of him?
Are you comparing the domainers to
he didn't like somebody. Okay, I'll write down your name.
So he didn't like them and he put them in a book?
Yes, and then once he got his power, he started executing them as they were listed in that order. That is actually a real story. Well, come on, that's all rubbish. So, Adam, how has been your 2 weeks?
My 2 weeks has been good. It's been a little quiet, but a little busy. I did appreciate the fact this time on the way home from New York, I didn't have to go through 3.5 hours of customs, and they weren't doing COVID tests, so they just let me go through, and there was no lineup this time, so it was great. People will be happy to know I haven't bought a lot of domains in the last 2 weeks. I've been busy with lots of other projects and good things like that, and it's almost like this is like a get real week for me and for people that I deal with, where I'm reviewing their portfolios and just saying, okay, get real, because these names are not going to sell. No matter who you give them to, no matter what you do, no matter what site you put them on, they're just not going to sell. So it's more of a filtering down of people's portfolio to names that will actually sell, that they won't spend money on renewal, and then we can together work to buy better domain names. So I'm calling it Get Real, because that's really what it is. It's people need to be realistic about the domains they have, and that includes me as well as everybody else. So let's get real.
So what do you actually do in New York? Can we talk about that? So once a month or once in 2 months you go to New York, do you?
Well, this time I was going to try to negotiate to purchase a company that I'm trying to get, instead of It's a bit like the DN Forum acquisition, where instead of building it myself, I can purchase a good one and make it better. So that's what I'm up to in New York lately.
So purchasing a company, is that
yeah,
an online company or?
yeah, it's an online company, and as it starts to get closer, it's the second time I've gone, so we're getting closer. And as it closes, I'll let you know on the show what it is. But that's what I'm
Wow,
up to in New York.
that's interesting. That is really. Uh, and are they in the main niche or?
Not really, but could be loosely tied to it. Let's put it that way.
And you definitely see the potential,
Yeah, I see the
of
potential.
course. Of course. Okay. Adam, how is your Art of the Name doing? How's the group doing? How are the students?
It's good. I mean, they were keeping themselves amused with conversation and chats while I was away,
Okay.
so I was happy about that. And then I posted that I was back, and I've started to post a couple things. I think that it's going to be a busy week for it because I've got some interesting videos that I want to do, and one of them I can give you a little hint. It's not very difficult. It's how to find names like, every company wants to rebrand on a smaller domain name.
Yes.
And Angie's List is no different than anybody else. They just changed from Angie's List to Angie.
Really?
So yeah,
Wow. Okay.
so they rebranded. They were the big services company where we would look for
Absolutely.
plumbers and electricians. Now they've
Yes.
rebranded to Angie. So it just goes to show you that every big company, when they get successful, they want to shorten it and shorten their brand. And there's been like, I don't know, 5 or 6 I've seen in the last couple of weeks that have done similar things. So if you can stay ahead of the game, or you can offer a shortened name to somebody who you think would be interested in it, they will definitely be interested in it. Maybe it's not the right time now, but eventually they'll be in it. So one of the videos I'm going to do later on in the week is how to find some of these names, how to find these companies that will eventually want to shorten their name. And they don't all have to be as large as Angie's List for people to be profitable.
Do you know the number of the sale? How much
No.
did they pay for the NG?
No, I don't know, but it was quite a bit. There were a few others that went through recently that were quite big as well. So the companies are constantly trying to shorten and make their brand easier and more memorable.
Have they got both versions of NG and IE and Y, or just one of them?
I think they just got one of them so far.
That would be interesting. As once
Well,
you're going into that level, you would want to secure both at the same time.
yeah,
No?
yeah. I mean, I would, but it's up to them. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Maybe the other one may be more expensive. Maybe it's a big company. Who knows?
Well, Angie's List are small boys
No,
neither.
not small at all. There's a company. There's lots of companies, even in Canada and in other countries, that are looking to build brands and stupidly build the brand before they secure the right domain name or the shorter domain name that they want. It's happening in every country. So if you can stay ahead of that, there's lots of profit in that.
Have you heard of the newest sold domain gems.com?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I just pulled it up before we came on the show while you were loading because I wanted to see what was out there, and I see it sold for 1.5 million. Now, is that gems? Is it? I mean, we'll have to look at what it is later. But is it a shortener? Is it somebody else who had a bigger company? Like, was
They
it
have
like
gem shopping network, something like that.
Yeah. So there you go. They clearly shortened. They bought a premium, so that just goes along with what I'm saying for either next week's show here or wherever we decide to do it, to how to find those names that are shorter that companies would want. So I'm happy to do it here too next week. So it's going to be a really good show, a lot of information.
Yes.
And it'll help people. People need to realize that, again, we're not trying to stockpile domain names. We're just trying to get the right ones so that we have a better chance to sell them.
Can I ask you, what are the taxes? Can you talk about that yourself, or shall we skip this part? So
No, I
once
can
you
talk about whatever you
sell a
want.
domain name for 1.5 million,
Yeah.
what do you do as a domainer?
For taxes?
Yes.
Depending on where it was sold. So if I sold it from a Canadian to a Canadian, then I have to pay HST tax on it, which is, I think it's about 12% or something. I should know because I own hst.ca, but I think it's like 13% that we have to pay on it for taxes. But then obviously you've got your corporate taxes as well at the end of the year.
And are you operating your business as a sole trader or as an individual or limited liability company?
Yeah, it's an incorporation.
Inco- Incorporation.
Yes,
Canadian incorporation, Delaware one,
Canadian.
Panama one.
No, could be Panama, Cyprus, could be anywhere people go. Right now, it's Turks and Caicos. No, I'm operating as a Canadian business.
Okay, and do you need to pay? We were talking about that. You don't pay VAT. Yes, you've got
No.
other things. Yes, you've got other things. Yes, so some big names. Yes, so there was Galaxy.com before that. Now Gems.
Yeah, even Bobber. I don't know if that means different in the UK than it does here,
Bobber.
but I don't know what Bobber is, to be honest with you. It's
Ah.
but $250,000 for Bobber, Bobber.
Oh, and who
So
sold it?
name experts, it says.
Oh, yes.
And then
Bobber.
we have our usual XYZs up here, wrap.xyz and profile.xyz and homepage.xyz. Two of those are Swetha and the other one is Dan. So I don't know. And then an interesting one sold, MMA.bet, B-E-T, for
Yes. So
48,000.
mixed martial arts. Mixed
Yeah.
martial arts. That bet.
I mean, that's huge, but with the bet TLD, or I mean, I don't know. And then I also think that XLO.com sold for probably lower than it should have. Sold for 33,000 on Sato. So
Sido are usually very good. Sidos are very good on getting very good prices. So XLO. So maybe what do you say? Was the seller really motivated to sell quickly?
probably. I mean, depends if it sold in an auction or if it was just. It looks like it was just a regular sale, but XLO is a good. It's a good three-letter domain name. I'm sure there's lots of companies that, even with, and I've found this before, and I've said it before, even with X's, Q's, Z's, with a 2 or 3, it doesn't really influence whether it's going to sell or not. People are going, and that just shows you, people are going to buy the X's on an XLO no matter what it stands for. So somebody to something, it means that one. Now it could be X low, could be anything. Like, oh, there's a company called XLO Electric. Maybe they bought it. There's lots of different companies that it could be, so you never know. XLO
Okay.
cables, there's lots of them.
And okay, here's one thing, Adam. Let me share this. Let me share the screen.
I thought so. I thought it was Bill who posted extra large outsize.
So here you go. Some people will hate me for this, but
Okay.
I just don't believe this. Some of XYZ sales could be, once they are clear crypto projects. Okay, I could. So let us say Kylin.xyz.
Yeah.
Then at the same point, okay, somebody is watching on the. So 28,000. Then how is it possible that Kylint, it is Kylint. Okay, so Kylin is .com. Okay, Kylin.com is taken.
I think Kylin is something on the Polkadot blockchain, if I recall correctly. KYLIN, but that doesn't make sense. Doesn't explain how it would sell on XYZ. So
Absolutely. An anagram.
and is Kylin.com taken?
Kylin.com. That is what I was checking. I was checking. So
I'd like to go
anagram.
and see if it's a landing page. So let me go look. Because I doubt that anybody who owned Kylin, unless it's like, I'm just looking to see what pops up on the actual page.
Yes.
And I understand what you're getting to. Somebody would rather buy the .com than spending $28,000.
Of course.
So Kylin doesn't resolve for me.
It does not resolve for me neither.
No. So for me, that does seem.
And anagram.com. Anagram.com goes to Anagram Laboratories.
But even what else we got on this? I just think there's way too many in here. I'll tell you, this person, whoever it is, whether it's real or not, they're really good at PR. I'll give them that.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll give them that. They are very good at PR. For their sake, I hope all the sales are real, and We should hire them for PR for London, I think, because they can make anything, spin anything out of straw.
Absolutely. Okay. And then what else was there? So termin.de. Yes. So it means meeting. 150,000 euros.
There's XART for 56,000. XArt, I don't know what it means. Let me look.
No, there was termin.de,
Yeah.
German one, number 3 at the Journal. So, and this is interesting. Cedo's European office is based in Germany. I do buy this one. I understand that their basis is in Germany.
Well, I know what XArt is now. I just Googled it. It's all porn or X-rated photography.
Okay.
So that one could be real because there's a lot of indexes page with it. So who knows?
Yes. But then it was at Snap Names, and Snap Names usually, what do they sell? Code names?
Yeah, they usually sell code names.
God. So
I mean, but you look at something like Barrels though. Barrels.com sells for $26,000. That's a price you would believe for Barrels.com,
yes,
for sure.
But then somebody did drop both of these names.
Most probably.
And then they went to Snap Names and got sold. One for 26,000, another one for 56,000. So what would you say? What is the problem here? Why aren't those? Why the previous owners were not approached by these buyers?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I'm trying to figure out. You can't figure out the mindset of a buyer or a seller. But like I said, I think Barrels is a really good name for that price. I think that's a good deal. I'm looking up one now, Fagodas at the bottom for 20,000 euros. It's a Hungarian word, but I don't know what it means.
Okay. Fogadas.
I don't know what. My father's Hungarian.
Maybe something in Spanish. No, Fogadas.
No, it all pulls up .hu sites, so it's Hungary. I just don't know what it is. I think it may have something to do with sports or betting. So sports Fagodas is another thing. So who knows?
And deals. Sorry. Yes.
No, you go ahead. I'm looking it up now in a Hungarian dictionary.
Okay.
It means reception. Oh, but it also means bet. That's what it means. Bet.
Okay.
Bet or betting.
Okay.
So that makes sense. Yep.
Fogadas. And in which language was it?
Hungarian. I'm looking at an English-Hungarian dictionary.
Yes.
So
there
you go.
That's interesting. So
at least that makes sense.
And Olympus Bank. And deals.de, I'm a bit strange. Sometimes I feel strange seeing German .de names being sold where they contain the English word. Because Germans and French, they are like, nah, we're not going to use English.
I also like looking at some of the other names that are down there, the lower ones that are probably worth more than some of the ones that are high up there. There's quite a few down there.
Cedo are doing good.
Yeah, it looks like they submitted their list this week. For the list, I don't know if GoDaddy did, but Cedo definitely did.
Good job, Christian. Okay, and the team. Yes, and then Antic.xyz by Sveta in the end.
Yeah, but then there's trademarks on here like Trusted Realtor that whoever buys that for $2,500 is going to get a lot of problems. People just don't know.
Yes. And Cedo sold Peppo.com. That is a very, very nice brand name.
Yeah, and to me, that's a better brand name than some of the other 4 letters that sold for 25 and up. But again, we don't know what the buyer's intent is. So, yeah, I agree with some of the comments. Barrels is cheap at 26, but again, what are you going to do with it? Make beer, vodka? Who knows?
So, have a look. I'll show you something. So here we have Peppa.com was sold at Cedo.
Yeah.
And this domainer, bang. He goes, he puts it on Brand Bucket.
But did it even switch hands? Do we know? Like, who would spend $12,000 to just take it and put it on another page? My guess is it hasn't switched yet. Because I don't think a domainer is going to spend $12,000 on a 4letter.com.
That would be a strange. That would be a very, very strange move.
Well, let's keep an eye on it, see what happens. Honestly, I'm not saying it about Peppo because I don't know, but I find that a lot of transactions happen and nothing changes. So
Yes.
we should keep an eye on a list and track it week over week and see if anything changes. I'm going to write Peppo in my book just for fun, so I can keep an eye on that one.
It is a beautiful name. It is.
It's a good name.
Yes.
Pronounceable. Everyone knows what it is.
Absolutely.
My guess. So if let's say it is the same person, so they had it for sale for 120,000, but sold it for 12,000 for 10% of what they're originally asking for it.
Yep.
That's probably more like what happened. Now let's see if there's an actual buyer and what they do with it, since they spent $12,000.
Or maybe you are right. That could be a simple case when they've listed the domain in all the marketplaces, just different price tags, and at brand bucket they put up the highest possible price.
Yeah, and somebody just went into Sato and said, "Oh, let's make an offer. I'm not paying 120. Let's see if we can get it for less," and they got it for 12.
Let us be reasonable. Yes. Okay.
But what's the purpose of listing it so unreasonably on a marketplace if you're going to settle for 10% of the purchase price?
Well, domainers in general, they are dreamers, no?
Yeah, I would say they are.
Everybody wants to touch the sky.
It'd be interesting to follow it along, as well as some other ones, and see where they actually end up. I'm just looking up the who is to see if it's changed yet. My guess is, even if they change it, and I've had people buy names off of me that never even bothered changing the name servers. So, yeah, this one has not changed since 2000.
Oh.
It's under privacy. It was originally registered in February 11th, 2000, and it doesn't expire till 2028. So whoever's paid for it this whole time has paid another 6 years for it.
Okay.
So let's see what happens with that one.
Is there anything at archive.org? No.
I didn't look. I'm just looking at the. It's under. All of these names are always under privacy. It's a Dynadot, so we'll see what happens.
So Mark is saying, very, very reasonable thing. No one knows how to price.
Well, that's the problem. That nobody knows how to price, only because no one knows how much the buyer is willing to spend on it. We know how to price it for profit, just like if you bought, I don't know, if you bought a mug. You bought a mug for $2. You know to price it at $10. That's reasonable, and you keep selling them for $20 if you want. But with domains, they buy the mug for $10 and price it at $120,000, which is not reasonable. So,
Tian is saying, I tried to catch XArt on the drop.
So how did it sell? Why is it in the sales if it's on the drop? That's interesting.
No, so it dropped. Somebody caught it and sold it.
You think?
So snap names, of course. Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
XArt. So somebody.
So XArt was sold by snap names for 56,000. Snap names sell dropping domains as well. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they probably caught it. Do they catch names?
Yeah, they do catch names. But what's interesting is, what would somebody have paid for that name? Probably $1,500, $1,000, and then sold it for 56.
Yes.
Tiana, it'd be interesting to know if you're there when you were actually bidding on it. Is it a recent bid or is it from a while ago?
Absolutely, yes.
To think somebody just caught it and then dropped it, caught it and sold it in like a week for $56,000 seems odd. But unless it's a big company that had it, we'd have to check archive.org to know. But still, you can't check archive.org for 120,000 names every day to see which big company actually dropped it that's going to want it back. But that would be a good thing. That's another show.
Do you think the barrels is cheap? So 26,000.
Yeah, I think it's a good name.
Not easy to spell. Not really a huge business behind.
Well, that's
nothing
the biggest.
Glamorous.
Yeah, I don't know what you think. When you think of barrels, you think of like beer, you think of kegs,
absolutely.
you think of or you think of a barrel of monkeys, and you're not going to sell much for that because that's the old saying, a barrel of monkeys. Okay. But you have to have something that, it could be Crate and Barrel. Like there's a big company called Crate and Barrel, but they would want like the singular, not the plural. So that's interesting. And plurals usually aren't good for names like barrels, unless you're selling barrels. If you're a barrel manufacturer, then that's the only thing.
Bill is saying XLO stands for extra large outside.
I don't even know what that means.
I was just 2 days ago. I was in McDonald's, and there was this British man. Oh my God, such swine! Let me not use another word. God, like everything he was eating was on the floor. So when when the Mr. Swine started to walk, you could see. So Coca-Cola was spilling already. It just fell apart. And he kept walking like that, and so it started with a leak. Then everything he was eating, it was in his beard. He couldn't care less to clean everything, and people were actually watching him. Like, and then extra large, so underbelly, extra large.
So it reminds me of my food tour where I got through 6 restaurants and was happy I didn't have anything on my shirt at all. That was a miracle, because usually I will drop something somehow.
Okay. Yes. Hello, David. Hello. You were one of the people to whom I did refund. So I did a full refund to you. Please go back and take a free ticket. I did refunds to all the people, and I covered. You should have a full refund as well. I covered all the Eventbrite fees as well. So just in case, I really hope that when I did refunds for the main summit, I hope that people who are getting them wouldn't be like, what is going on? Is something cancelled or what? Yes. Okay. And the main explorer says, surprising to see same names available for less fees for alternative extensions. That's in regards to XYZ.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it for something like the .bet one. I forget which one it was, but okay, at least that one has some value to it. Let me just see what it was. What was the .bet one?
.bet one was MMA.
Yeah, MMA. Okay, so
that's
betting on MMA is great, and if you're going to get a .bet, it's like football .bet, baseball, basketball, soccer, whatever it is. It's a good one. But I mean, that's a good price for that domain name if you're going to set up an MMA betting site. So I think, that one's very reasonable, because a casino can make that back in an hour. So.
And interesting. Let me quickly say who sold it. Media Code LLC. Okay, so not European. We just had in London. We just had this huge gambling exhibition in Excel. So many. So said over there as well. So
well, all the companies are coming to Canada now, like all of the big ones like FanDuel and MGM, because we just made gambling legal in online sports. Gambling is now legal only in Ontario so far, but soon it's going to be across Canada, where you could just go on and they check your IP. You have to do an authentication to see, and then after that it'll be Canada wide. So that's going to be big here. It already is. They're basically offering you ridiculous things to get online. Maximum $25 or $50 bet, but the bet is like, will a team get more than 1 point? So you automatically win, obviously. So that's how they're trying to get people suckered in. Tonight is also one of the biggest sports nights in Canada. Every Canadian around will be watching the start of the NHL hockey playoffs tonight. So it's a big one for Canada. And the Toronto Maple Leafs, our team hasn't won since '67, but they're really good this year, so we'll see how they do.
So they are your favorites?
I have to cheer for the hometown team. Right now, I'd say they're my favorites.
Okay. Here's the thing. The question is, can you sell, for example, Kylan for similar price for different extension?
It's hard. I would say probably not. You'd have to see. But then there's no logical reason why you wouldn't be able to sell it for the same price as somebody would buy the XYZ, unless they're really, really good at marketing. That the XYZ is thought to be better than almost the .com, because the .com doesn't resolve the .net.
Okay. So for Kylan, yes, there is a cryptocurrency Kylan. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes. But why XYZ? I could see it going on IO, Or sorry,
So,
IO or something.
some cryptos are on XYZ. So yes.
Well, I know it's definitely a crypto on Polkadot. So interesting.
Well, good for them. Good for them. I wouldn't be so. And what is their ranking? It doesn't matter. Let them be happy. Are there any interesting domains dropping?
Yeah. So I have a pretty good list. I'll tell everybody to get your pens out. I have a good list of domains that are already dropped, so they're available for registration as of this minute. Some are better than others, and there's a couple in here that I like that nobody else seems to like, which is interesting. Oh, so Tian is saying it was in the drop in February. So the person caught it in February
Yes.
and sold it in April for $50,000. That's a pretty good deal. So Tian, we'll have to look at how they did that and how they determined what it was, and maybe that's something to look at in another show, because we'll be able to look back at how they found that domain. It was a company that dropped it and stuff. So let's look at some domains that are available right now for registration. You can decide if you want them or not.
Okay.
There are 26 domains on the list.
So please get your cards ready.
Yeah,
We know that there are few people already here who are very quick. Adam cannot pronounce the name out already, and it is registered.
Yeah. So
David?
she's saying no $70. That's what it sold for?
Wow.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, then it makes you question. Somebody bought it for $70 and sold it for $56,000 or whatever it is 2 months later. We'll have to see if it was a big company or not.
Yes.
Anyway,
probably some hardcore website was behind it before that.
Well, it would have to be, or I'd have to question its authenticity. Okay, let's look at these names that are dropping. No, let's look at these names that are dropped. All right, David, get your pen ready, and everybody else. So there's a couple of moving ones that I like at the top of the list. Quoteformovers.com. It has 14,800 searches, but Quote for Moving only has 45 searches a month. Big difference. Quote for Movers, because people look for movers, they don't look for moving, because they're the ones doing the moving. Makes sense. You're looking for a Quote for Movers, 14,800 a month searches.
And that name is available for handrage right now.
Yeah, it won't be in a second when somebody gets to it, but yeah.
One second, Adam. I'll quickly.
Sure.
So, anybody who is watching, if you are new here, yes, you can put in your questions here. I would suggest to say, if you let us say movers.com, then instead of com, please put in space and say dot, and then do com. Otherwise, your comment might be marked as spam by YouTube. So, of course, do put them in. Yes, Adam.
Okay, so we just went over quoteformovers.com, 14,800, and quoteformoving.com only has 45. Then I'm going to give you a nice restaurant close to your area, but I'm not sure we would call it this name, but the traffic is 40,500 people a month. Google it, and it's after one of my favorite movies, NottinghamRestaurant.com.
Oh my.
I did like Notting Hill. I'm a big fan of his. I hate to say it. It had Julia Roberts. But there are 40,500 people. But would you name your restaurant Nottingham Restaurant? Maybe. You could.
A website? Absolutely. Maybe for Google Ads. Maybe for Google Ads.
Yeah, but
somebody
there are
somebody who is targeting the keyword Nottingham Restaurant in Google. Then if you have these keywords, then the ads will be cheaper actually in Google.
But I'm pretty sure every city has a restaurant that calls itself its city, like Toronto Restaurant. It may not actually go by that. Who knows?
Although the restaurants, yes, you're right. Your restaurants would usually go with their own brand.
That's what I would think. But there's 41,000 people looking for a Nottingham Restaurant. The next one is interesting. Jewelryinsured.com. Jewelryinsured.com. 15,000 a month. So that's
That's a stretch now.
I think so, but it's a lot of people looking for it. And then here's one that has little traffic, but I thought it would be decent. FundingSmallBusinesses.com. But it's a business name to fund them, but it's not got a lot of traffic. But
Well,
it's a decent name.
You can create an informational site.
Yeah, you could do that. The next one is HomePaintServices.com. $4,400 a month for people looking for services to paint their house. And then this one is interesting. If you're into sales and you want to do pre-made sales emails, emailforsales.com.
Emailforsales.com.
So you could sell them for each niche, for each industry, and sell pre-done email templates for that.
So
81.
Yes.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
So basically, emails for sales professionals.
Yeah.
Emails for sales.
And it reminds me, a long time ago, I sold salespeople.com, but I don't know for what, but I sold salespeople.com.
That's nice. Yes.
The next one is going to be hard to spell, but has 8,100 searches. Therapycounselors.com. Therapycounselors.com. 8,100 searches a month.
Please check the correct spelling before.
Yeah, I'm going to post them. I'll post them when we're done. And this one, if you're selling a monthly service, I think this one could be good. $15,000 a month. Boxedclothes.com. Boxedclothes.com. CLOTHES.
Yes.
Okay, here's a really good one. $91,000 a month. And it's a really good one. If this is your company and you're a landscaper, this is going to be a really good one.
Okay.
Careforlawn.com. Careforlawn.com.
Care for Lawn. Well, that is a beautiful brand name.
And don't be shy to look for careforlawns.com in case that's available, because that makes sense too. But you're talking 91,000 people type in Care for Lawn. So.
Really?
Yeah. This is a dumb one that nobody likes but me, and I'm not sure I would use it for. Zero traffic, approveddocuments.com. I don't know, it sounds like a signing company. Approveddocuments.com.
Approved documents. Yes.
Okay,
sounds
then
like
there's
e-signature or something.
Yeah, it sounds like
yeah.
Sounds like that. I mean, then I have two that people are going to have to type fast for because they're long, but they're really good. 6,600 searches each. And it's perfect for this time. Buildingvirtualteam.com and buildingvirtualteams.com.
Okay, here you go. The full set. And there are quite a lot of software solutions that offer some one-on-one of this type. How to build a virtual team.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
podcasts and books.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Everybody's doing it these days. Everyone's realizing that it's cheaper. People are more comfortable at home. They can still get the work done. And the ones that can't, that you can tell aren't getting anything done, you can get rid of them and replace them with ones that are good. So,
yes.
And you don't have to buy office space, so it's good. The next one is interesting. It's a service where you could do something with people. I'm not sure what you could do, but it's called addingvideo.com. Addingvideo.com. So maybe you've got a video, maybe you want to be a videographer and you want to add video. Maybe you've got a website. Maybe you want to do personalized videos. Don't know. Then we'll go back to Movers. Movers Pods, P-O-D-S, moverspods.com. Not high traffic, so not important. The next one has...
Are there any pods that movers actually do use?
Well, I think they fill them up. They fill containers up or pods on your driveway, and they move them. I'm not sure about pods, but it looked interesting, so I put it in the list. The next one, what do you guys call refrigerators? Do you call them refrigerators?
Yes, fridges, refrigerators, the same, yes.
Perfect. So repairfridges.com is available, just dropped.
Yep.
Here's another video one. Much better than adding video. This one has 12,000.
Also, Adam, who repairs refrigerators these days?
Appliance companies.
No.
If it's not under warranty, appliance companies.
I don't think anybody. The price of them is so cheap. The repairs are.
A fridge is not cheap for like a big full fridge in your house, like a double.
If it is built up. Okay. Yes. No, you're correct. Yes.
No, a Sub-Zero, like a mini fridge maybe, but not a Sub-Zero big fridge you'd have in your house. No way. I know because I had to buy one, so a couple of them, actually.
Yes, once you go in, yes.
So the next one is 12,000, and it's checked, CHECKED video.com. Checked video.
Checked video.
So I don't know if it could be something for, I don't know, converting them over or doing something or just checking the quality or adding subtitles or whatever you want to do for it.
Or
That
video
could be
checking
interesting.
services. Yes.
And then this is a brandable if you want to get into the email business. It's called heyemails.com. HEY emails.com. Hey
Okay.
emails. 600 people a month look for it. So. Okay, here's a good one. If you're into helping the youth of UK, America, Canada, empowering youth, youths.com. That's 15,000 a month. I have a lisp, so I can't say it all that well, but there you go.
Empoweringyouth.com.
Youth, yeah.
Yes.
Then I've got some jewelry ones that are a little odd, but actually are pretty big, and I had to Google them. Anxietynecklaces.com, 3,600 people.
Wow. Okay.
Dropped today. Snakejewelry.com, 6,600 people like to have a little snake on their neck. But then it gets even better. I'm going to give you one more. I'm going to skip the list. 33,000 people want to have a paperclip necklace.com, which is like paper clips. I don't think it's just a charm. I think it's like a necklace that looks like paper clips. That's 33,000. And then here's another one. 9,900 people dropped today. Watertankfilter.com. I mean, that's a good name. Water tank filter.
Here we have somebody joining us. And I think he's using some special effects. Oh.
Yeah, Sam. Okay, Sam. Looks good. Nice outfit. There's only a few.
Growing domains.
There's only a few left. This one is odd because I don't know what to do with it. No traffic, but it sounds like a good name. I don't know what to do with it though. Delayedpayments.com. Delayedpayments.com.
Okay.
I don't know what to do with it, but it sounds like a decent name.
Yes.
And then for all you people in the stock market, tradingsymbols.com just dropped today. Trading symbols if you want to build a big stock site.
Trading
and
symbols. Okay. Yes.
The last one is a skiing buff, which is something you'd put around your head. It's a buff for skiing or something. Skiing buff, 2,400 searches a month. And that's them. So there you go.
Can we have the full list, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You can have whatever you want.
Thank you.
Let me just.
And
I gotta
Sam
break it up.
In a good. So. Here's this. Okay.
Sam, you're feeling devilish today, huh?
Oh yes. Sam has sold something.
Yeah.
Sam is in a good mood. What have you sold, Sam? Share with us.
Sold anything.
Oh, come on. We know your smile. You have sold something.
He's just feeling good. It's that water. There you go. So you have them all there.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you.
I don't know. The quote for movers is one of the top ones because it's got a high CPC. What else has a good one? Care for Lawn is actually a huge CPC. And the building virtual team and teams, both of those are good. Checked video is strong. Empowering youth is strong. Anxiety necklaces, snake jewelry, and paperclip necklaces. Paperclip necklace. So look for the plurals and singulars. Anxiety necklaces is plural. Paperclip necklace is singular, but look for the opposites as well. I think Sam has definitely found a new toy. Somebody feels like a banana today. Maybe he'll slip into a good deal. I don't know. We'll see.
Like a peeled banana.
Well, no eyes. He's definitely. Sam's been drinking, I think, tonight. A banana cream liqueur.
Sam, what is in your cup?
Yeah, whiskey.
Okay.
What is this add-on you're using?
Oh, it's called it's called Snap Camera, and it's just additional app that you can put on your when you go into a Zoom meeting and you're a banana.
I don't think I'll do that for any of my serious Zoom meetings, but
Yeah.
if they're not serious, maybe I'll go into something else.
Okay. So that was third. 1, 2, 3, and then we have late
So I just
payments.
hand registered 30 3-letter domains.
33 letter domains. Go on. Which ones?
.uk's.
Ooh. Which
Yeah.
ones? Which ones?
.uk.
All
He's not going to
sorts
say
of-
which ones, but .uk.
Well, I'm not going to say, but they're just crap ones. Crap letters, like Adam says, but they're still.
You'll
worth
sell them.
registering. Yeah. They're
You
still
will
worth
sell them.
registering. Yeah.
So what are the letters? Can we know them, please?
Well, I'm not going to
Part of
read them all
banana.
out, but they're
Part of
things
banana.
like Q, Z, K, and
X.
you know what I mean? And
Q,
things
U.
like that. Like what it is a lot of people are starting to drop them now. Yeah.
Yes.
So I noticed a few had been caught, and then I just went and hand registered some recently. And even, funny enough, I was looking at some of the stats on freeletter.uk's, and I looked at some of the ones I've got like used for traffic, and they're some of them are actually bringing in revenue. So you never know, like with certain free letters.
You never know. That's why I registered them all, because they will sell. I mean,
And
look at the
plus-
one. What was the one we just talked about? The 3letter.com with an X in it that just sold.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, they should always be worth money, and all the free letters should be registered.
yeah, this one is XLO.com sold for $33,000 on Sato this week. So
Yes.
Yeah.
people will buy them.
X is good.
It could be somebody's initials. We don't know, and don't care
Yeah.
as long as they buy it.
Yeah.
So what is about the list? Which names are gone already, Adam?
I'll have to pull it up and see. I will
Let's have a
pull it
look.
up and check. I have to find what I did with the list because I just shut it down, but I can pull it up easy. Okay, I have it now.
What
I
was
will.
the snake jewelry? Is it taken?
Yeah. Oh,
Of
I
course.
have to look and see. It's so funny.
Anxiety necklaces, snake jewelry.
Oh yeah, a lot of those are going to be taken and all good. Like, it's amazing what people collect skull jewelry. There's skull tattoos. There's stuff everywhere. People just, if it's a thing, people get it. But the anxiety necklaces were surprised because it was good, like crystals and stuff to make you feel good and feel better. I thought those were good.
Yes.
So gave me a good idea for products. And then oftentimes I look at these names and I go, okay, if something's good and you type in, let's say you type in anxiety.com, like anxiety on one of the tools, and you check every name that's taken with anxiety and you decide which ones actually have value, you can actually find some really good traffic names for the .uk or the other ones. So you can do a lot with that. And I'll go to GoDaddy and check what's taken. So I always like to look at the comms, and then I go ahead and I look at some of the other ones and see. So out of the 26, I will tell you how many are taken. So far, 13 are left.
Oh, 13 are left. Okay.
13 are left and 13
Bang.
are unavailable.
The majority of the domains are gone. Okay.
Yeah, the good ones are gone. Care for Lawn is gone. Adding video, quote for movers, therapy counselors, repair fridges, building virtual team and teams both gone. Paperclip necklace gone. Home paint services, trading symbols, box clothes, water tank filter, and hey emails all gone. So 50%. That's pretty good. But I guarantee you by the end of this and the video hits, they'll all be gone short. They usually end quick. So, but I really like the virtual teams thing because that's the future.
Yes.
All right,
absolutely.
What's he up to now? He's getting his real banana costume on.
Yeah.
So Sam, how has been your 2 weeks?
What's that?
How have been your 2 weeks?
Yeah, not bad. Just relaxing. I haven't been doing much work. Just concentrating on mainly development and content at the moment. Not really buying domains.
Yes, we understood that you You do not buy domains, but you bought all the 33-letter domains. Yes,
Yeah, but
we know a story.
I just
Don't
checked
go into
something.
domains. Don't buy .coms. Don't buy 3letter.co.uk's. Don't bid on them.
They're useless.
Please forget flip.uk because
Yeah.
I'm the whale there.
Yeah,
Who's the
don't
whale there?
buy anything
Sam.
because I'll buy it. I'm the top bidder pretty much on every auction platform. But I
At
say
Flip,
that I'm
yes.
not actually using. What's that?
At Flip, yes.
Yeah, I bought a few names on there recently, but like I'm concentrating on development and saying that I put a few names on domain law to test it out because obviously
So
I've
you
been
are
a member.
buying at Flip and then selling at domain lore.
Yeah,
Yeah, are you?
yeah. Domain law has got more traffic, but the
Okay.
problem with domain law is you get charged to sell your domain, so they take a percentage cut. So say you sell a domain for example, for £300, you get charged. I don't know what the approximately £25 for that pleasure. But domain law have got more traffic than anywhere else, really. But yeah, I tested selling it. I sold a. What did I sell? I had a 3letter.uk and I just didn't really have any leads on it or anything. I thought I'd stick it on there and I sold it for like just under 600 quid. So that buys me more, I don't know, other names.
Well, that's how you do it. And
Yes,
that's why
no.
you probably decided to get the other ones because it sold. And it was
Yeah.
probably one with kind of dumb letters, and you thought, all right, if that one's sold, maybe the other ones will sell.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what you do, you know.
So best way to do it.
I really
You
want
can't-
to ask you both one question. We've been touching it several times, and I was asking, do you use any CMRs, CRMs, CMRs
Yes.
on
I don't.
selling domains? And Adam, you said that you are using Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel.
No, like for a customer automation system, no, I use like HubSpot, Marketo, and Pardot, like for different things. If you're talking about
So for selling domain
marketing
names,
automation,
so no, for selling domain names, just to keep the hold of the leads, not to forget things. And
I like HubSpot for that, to be honest with you.
do you use HubSpot, the free
I
version?
do.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it also allows me to set, like I can set up and send sequences and things like that. So
Yeah, and it
I do
also
like it.
allows to send the emails.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the setup? Oh, of course you cannot share, but
There's the setup for HubSpot. There's just certain things I track and certain things I don't track in HubSpot. First touch attribution, last touch attribution. There's a lot of different things that I go in that. How many emails did they get? I check things like that. I keep an eye on the touches and when they first asked about it to when the next time they come back. It allows you to track the same people if they had different interests. And I track the IPs to see if it's the same person using
Okay.
different emails and things like that. Because you get all kinds.
and do you keep all those records as well? Yes.
Yeah, they're all kept in HubSpot.
Okay. And do you use HubSpot on daily basis?
Yes.
So it is open all the time. Yes, as a
Yeah.
property. Okay.
Yeah, but I also purchased the marketing part of it because I use it for a lot of the email campaigns, landing pages, and things like that.
Oh. So which one is your plan?
I'd have to look at it, but it's a basic one that just includes a marketing suite.
Okay, that's interesting. Sam, what about you?
What was the question?
Well, in my case, so I have 200 plus 2-letter CCTLDs, and I want to start devoting. I just haven't got time, but I want to start devoting my time, maybe 1-2 hours a day, into marketing the domain names. And then with my memory, oh God, I want to keep track of what I have been doing and people with whom I'll be talking, and then to track other things as well. So I wanted to pick up your brains. Basically, both of you. Do you keep records of your customers? You are reaching the customers who have reached you, and stuff like that.
I do, yeah. Well, just on emails normally.
Well, yes,
I've got
emails
a
are a
massive
bit.
database of about 50 million emails. Yeah, I mean, saved on a server.
Yes. Okay. I was more thinking of yes. Of
No,
a
these days I
system.
don't really. I've got lots of clients, but mainly I've got all their details via. I speak to them on like Facebook Messenger or LinkedIn or all of those sort of platforms. But I don't. These days, I'm not generally taking on more clients because I've got clients
So
already. I don't
the
need
only
more.
reason that the only reason I stack them is so I
Yes.
can tell if I've got like a 3 or 4 letter domain name and I've had like 20 offers on it, and I can see what numbers came in and from what people and stuff. So, and then the same people tend to get back to you at a higher price if later on, generally, not all of them obviously, but some of them will. There was a guy who offered me something for a domain name, and he said, anytime you take $50,000 for it, let me know. And I said, no, not interested. And we just kept going. And he emails me every once in a while. So it's not interested at that price.
I know that too. Well, at HostMaria we have quite a lot of clients, and then I had some clients I have set up manually, and then after a while I understand. Oh God, this guy hasn't paid for his services for a year. Just like
Yeah.
so the optimization wasn't done, and then there are some leads, some companies that have shown interest into the 2-letter domain names,
hmm
and I haven't sent them a message, nothing, for more than a year, maybe 2 years, and then I feel, oh God, you need to keep the contact, don't you?
Well, that's why you can retarget them. You can remarket to them again at any point. Even if you decide
Exactly.
that the bin was $8,000 and you change it to 6,000, you can set up a marketing sequence that will go to everybody who inquired about that one domain name, and it'll automatically go out to them and say, look, like Sado would, like anybody who bid on whatever it is, the bin has been dropped to this, and it lets people know. So that's the only real benefit of marketing automation, is it takes thinking out of it and the memory work out of it for you.
Yes.
But you could use the free one for a lot of the stuff, or a different system that's free, and you may not have to pay for anything.
Okay. So Sam, nothing really visual compressed on all the clients, no? Users.
No.
Something that you would
No.
open, you would see there are 1,000 clients of yours, you would scroll down and you would see there is a note. Look, I have to. The last time you had a
Yeah,
contact.
I don't have any anything like that, unfortunately. But I'm a bit unorganized.
Yes.
Stuff everywhere.
Oh God, I'm beating you. Definitely.
I'm more of a post-it note, everywhere.
Yeah, I write them down in my book, and then if I need it, I'll scramble to go find where it is.
Yeah.
That's it. I've got them always. Yes.
Old-fashioned.
Stick them on monitors. Yes.
It looks like some of the users got some of our domain names,
Okay.
which is good.
And which domain names are left?
I think there's still half left, but all the top 13 were taken. Like half were taken immediately. So
There you go. You should register them all and then
sell them
charge.
to them. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they won't show up for the show if I do that.
Adam, how are your students doing? Are they selling any names?
Some are, some aren't. It's like everything. Some I actually have to spend more time with because I haven't had enough time with flying around, so I have to dedicate. There's a few on here that I know I have to put a bit more time in with, so happy to be doing that this week and catch up and basically filter their portfolios down to what is sellable and what isn't, and then teaching them how to buy names that they can sell for more money. So some are selling and some aren't. Some learn from the course and they go off on their own and do their own things, while as others want and need a bit more coaching because they're new, which is normal. The beginning is tough.
How's the clubhouse doing, Sam?
I don't
Any good
use-
leads
I
there?
don't use that bloody place. It's a waste of bloody time. If I want to just, throw money out the window,
You are there all the time, buddy.
I'm not. You're there. You're
That is
hosting.
when I go inside, I want to see, hey, is Sam there? Okay,
you're
Sam is there. Let
hosting
me wave
rooms.
him. Let us have a
You're
chat.
hosting rooms on your own.
For Latvians as well, yes, of course.
Yeah. No, I don't go in there. I don't bother. Well, I try to host a room sometimes, but no one comes in. And 99% of the users are American, so you've got to really host a room. If you're in the UK, it's got to be late afternoon or late evening, and then it's just I just don't join rooms.
I would disagree a bit. So
Yeah,
here
but
is
the
here is
guys
a
that
user.
are
I
there
had a chat.
are the same people, so it's just boring, you know.
So where is Hitesh? So here is Hitesh. Yes, from India, a developer and also domainer. dnschool.org. And he actually said, and he was asking, "Hey, do you have a live stream today? Do you have a live stream with Adam?" He said, especially with Adam. Sorry, Sam. And I said, "Yes." After 2 hours, he was like, "Oh God, it will be 2 a.m. here, but okay, I'll try to make it." So that's the thing. What is good for Americans might not be actually as good for India or for Asia.
Yeah.
And Asian markets are larger than American ones.
Mm.
What is actually your experience, guys, with India? Huge country. The population is 1 billion. The layer of rich people is huge. Of course, there are lots and lots of poor people.
So
But
from my experience, I'll say they're excellent with technology, very smart. I've had many who worked with me, some who worked for me, and I think they strive to do greatness. I think that just like everybody else, whether you're from India or anywhere else, you still have to start out with a small portfolio, start to make sales, build up some income, and then invest in better domain names and build up your portfolio that way. So, but as far as I'm concerned, great people, never had any issue with them, and I love working with them.
And I've also heard that Turkey is quite big in the domain name industry. Is it?
Haven't heard much about Turkey being into domains, but I'm sure there are quite a few. I think every country has speculators and domain investors. The question is which ones. Only a few are going to rise to the top. That's just the way it always goes.
Okay.
And I do like his DN school. I'm looking at it now. Looks nice.
dnschool.org, yes?
Yeah, I'm on it now.
His student last week, was it, or 2 weeks ago, sold first name, last name, do not correct me, ask Hitesh, for 450,000? First name, last name.
I mean, I'm looking at it. He's got some pretty full rooms and some good speakers, so it looks good. Looks good.
And
nice website.
Yes, and Hitesh is actually considering to fly over to the domain summit. Yes.
Hitesh, congratulations on staying up till 3 a.m., you poor guy. I hope it was worth it. Ask some questions so it's worth it.
And now go to sleep.
Yeah, ask questions, then go to sleep.
What is your experience with a single letter domain names?
Me or Sam?
Both of you.
I haven't had any. I mean, when they first came out, I remember P.com, I think, went to PayPal, and a few others came out, but I have not had any experience purchasing any single letter domain names.
Sam?
No, I don't have any.
Have you been looking?
I wouldn't buy one either because they're just too expensive now. Why? G.co.uk sold to was bidded in an auction Phenomena, and I think it went up to nearly 90,000. Outbid Google, and that's held now by a private domainer.
English lady, yes.
Yeah. So a lot of single letters. I know the person that owns all the single letters in the UK.
Really?
And I don't know, well, a couple of single letters, and they haven't sold any single letters. they've just sold 2 letters. So single letters, yes, they're going to be worth more, but I don't know, you know what I mean, if you've got a good one. But I think, you know, having 2 letters is better than a single letter. You know, because there's more companies that are going to be wanting those 2 letters.
Adam, your thoughts?
Well, obviously, the singular letters, there's only 26 of them. So that's 2 letters, there's 626. So if you can get a single letter, and I could be a.com, I'd be happy with that. But they're
Just
not
happy?
very. I think they started with like a few $1 million each when they originally came out. I don't know if E is eBay, I forget, but I know P was PayPal. So, and then even for their short links, they went to like p.me or something for PayPal for their short links. But obviously, if you can get one of 26, I wouldn't mind having one of those domain names.
There are some strange ones. So I think m.co belongs to Volvo. M.co. Very strange, and it directs to the US site offering to rent Volvos in Sweden only. Quite strange. M.co. Is it?
Yeah, I just went to it. It is a car site, but it doesn't tell me right away what it is.
It is a Volvo car site.
There's horses by a car door. That's all I see. But
It is a
yeah,
Volvo
it looks
site.
like it could be Volvo.
It does belong to Volvo, yes.
But they haven't done
M.co.
any branding to tell us what it is. It's kind of weird. Oh, if I go to cars, then I see Volvos. But the video on the front doesn't tell me anything.
That's somebody in the marketing department should be slapped.
Fired? Yeah.
Just slapped. And fired after that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're great if you can get one. I've never thought about it. Now I may have to think about it only because we talked about it and go find one.
Okay.
But I don't know. Who knows?
There is this one guy, Sam. He's on Clubhouse. He has bought all the single letter domain names. Which ones? Qatar. No, which ones? Do you remember the guy?
No, I can't remember who it was.
There was one interesting guy, and he has invested lots of money into a single domain, into single letter domains. But
Well, there's a site called, well, I'll put it in the window, but it shows all the one-letter domain names. This is the guy you're talking about. He's busy selling them. I'll just put it in the private window.
okay,
That's his site, so you can take a look at them all there.
let's
He's got-
see.
that's
Oh,
definitely him.
this is the Polish guy. This
Oh.
is a different one. So Polish guy is actually the guy who created that software I gave you.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So so what we are talking about.
I may have to buy one of these just so I own one.
Sometimes he's got some domains for really, really good prices.
Yeah.
He has good. Okay.
I mean, these are all
changing his looks.
these are all quite high. I mean, the smallest one is like E.SV from El Salvador, $5,500. But it's still cool to have. If I could find any with my
Yes.
initials in it, it'd be great.
Okay, A for it. Yes.
I'm looking. I may find one with my initials, and then I buy it, like A.MD or something. Who knows? He's got a lot on here, though.
Yes, absolutely.
I've seen this list before. It's a pretty good list.
Yes. And but his renewals. He's honest guy, and he puts up the renewal
Yeah, I saw
cost
that
per
too.
year.
That's pretty
And
interesting.
And then once you see that, and then you understand that these are the renewals he's paying as well.
Yeah.
And it is not fun to pay all these numbers.
Well, you got to sell some. You can't just hold them forever.
Absolutely. So he's got Kyrgyzstan. Oh my God! At some point, I was thinking to buy all the single letters of him, of Kyrgyzstan.
He's got Macedonia too, and a bunch of others.
Macedonia is good, much better than Kyrgyzstan.
Ethiopia looks good, like G.et. Get, that's nice.
Yes. Oh,
M
yes.
M.et for like a dating site. That's good. There's some good
Yes.
ones in here.
So and some domain hacks, absolutely.
You
Yes.
just gotta pony up for the money if you want it.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm sure it's a luxury item.
As all of the domain names,
Yeah.
premium
Yes.
premium priced.
How are we doing on questions?
Yeah, here's a question from me. What was the last domain you had possible UDPR issues with? Possible. Touch wood.
You know,
Domainers do not want to have these emails. Yes.
for me, it's been probably about 15 years, no more than that, since I unloaded all of them. But I've told you before, I had like DisneyStores.com and SpongeBob SquarePants, ElvisPresley.com. I mean, I had tons of them. I had Microsoft PowerPoint.com, Microsoft Office. I had all of them, and I let them all go. P. Diddy was the last one, I think.
Okay.
P. Diddy, when he called himself P. Diddy, I had that. But he wasn't a threat to go after it. I don't really know what the last one was. I mean, I've had a lot of wacky ones over the time. I mean, before trademarks, I used to get paid for them, so I didn't care. Even companies would buy them off of me. I've sold a few to companies, so. But in the you have to be crazy and some of them are much more defended trademarks than others, like Realtor, Super Bowl, anything to do with Time Warner. There's a lot of them that you have to be crazy to own because they will absolutely come after you.
So basically, in the last years, you haven't had any.
No.
Sam, what about you?
I've had people think that I have, but I've only had 2 UDRPs in my life, and both of them I won. So,
of course,
no, I haven't had any.
Was Elephant.
Yeah, the other one was Pig.com, surprisingly enough, and all they did was chemicals. They sold like cleaning chemicals, and they came after me for that. They also ended up buying it for 6 figures plus. So, it was a good deal for me. It was called the Pig Corporation. I remember it very clearly. So.
Okay, David is asking, so Realtor is a trademark, but is Realty a trademark as well?
No, not that I know of. Realtor is absolutely a trademark, but you can get real estate, you can get Realty, unless it's like the brand, like if it's David Hastings Realty and you get David Hastings Realty or Hastings Realty, you're going to have a problem.
But who issues a trademark for the word Realtor?
Well, they go ahead and they apply for a trademark.
That is nuts. That office who has done it, they are nuts.
Well, it was their brand at the time. I mean, the Realtor Association in the U.S. called themselves Realtors, and they went and trademarked it, and they got it approved. So
that's stupid. That is plain stupid.
Well, I can't say one or another since I didn't do it, but I mean, architect isn't. Veterinarian. A lot of professions aren't trademarks, but Realtor absolutely is.
Of course. Sam?
UDRP? No, I've never had a UDRP because that's not on my .coms or anything. No.
And on .co.uk's?
Yeah, I've had a few of them.
With 3-letter ones?
No, not on 3 letters. Just on stupid ones. And I always fight them until and then I'll basically I'll keep going until I win. Basically, I've won every single one. So basically, there's a lot of people. I had one where they actually did because it's called a DRS in the UK, right? So when anyone can DRS anyone for a UK domain, it's free to do a DRS, but the problem is it's not a problem, but once they start the case, they've got to have a valid reason why this domain is, like why the person's registered it and da. So you have to have a lot of. You can't just go in. You can go in there actually and say, "I want this domain." You should see some of the DRSs I've had. I want this domain because it's my domain. No, I had one. I want this domain. It's my domain because it's my surname or my first name. And I'm like, oh, that's a really good DRS. I said, how did they used to let DRSs through like that? And I said, it's wasting my time. It's wasting their time because they're never going to win it on that case anyway. Because I've had it since '99. It's their surname. You know, look, Nominate know who I am. They know I buy and sell domains, and you're allowed to buy and sell domains because a lot of people come into the DRS and they go, it's illegal to buy and sell domains. It's against the law.
Yes.
You know, you're a cyber squatter. You're a profiting for you name it. They'll put it all in the DRS case, and they'll say, look, and I'll say, oh, well, yeah, you can say whatever, but I'll just say, yeah, I'm a tag member. I'm a member of Nominate, so they know me. And every single DRS case, you get given a person.
They even invite me to the events they create for other domain investors.
Yeah. It gets silly because what happens is, if you've never had one, you would never know. But what happens is you have a case, and then you get a mediator, and he comes along and he says, oh, you have to reply to the person. If you don't, it's always best to reply because you could lose the domain. Then you get to mediation, and then there's a time to negotiate. You can negotiate and try and sell the domain to him. And what happens is someone steps in and goes, yeah, he wants 30 grand for it, and he'll go back to the person and he'll go, he wants 30 grand for it, and then they'll disappear, right? Okay. Now, if they want to carry the case on, they have to pay £750 plus VAT for that. That's just a basic charge for them to decide whether his case is going to stand up to anything.
Yes.
So then you've got to think to yourself, is this domain worth £750 plus VAT? Yeah, I mean, because you could sell it to them cheaper, and that's where a lot of deals are done, because someone registered a dodgy name, and then they realize it is a dodgy name, and then they get a DRS on it. Because if you look at the DRS cases online, which you can see a lot of Nominate DRSs if you search, a lot of these domains are like Flora UK and Coca-Cola 2023, all these it's just constant loads. They get loads of it, and obviously they're the ones that are going to get the domain taken off them, and that's what happens. For someone like me, that we've got a lot of names that are old and good, but yeah, some people have had it on free letters. Some people have had it on good names, and they've had their names taken away because you know what it is. I think it's the more power some of these companies have got, their legal team, and they're willing to throw down loads of money. And there was a case where one domainer, I can't remember what he registered, but it was something to do with the airline, and he actually went to court because they took him to court over it. Okay. And he lost tons of money because he was trying to defend the domain, and they were like, no, it's the name of this airline, and they've been running since donkey's years, but he loved the domain that much. But yeah, DRSs,
yes,
because they're something easy someone could submit. That's why they happen. You know what I mean? I think it's UDRP. How much do you have to pay for one of them?
2,500.
See, yeah, that's different. They have to fork out the money. See, with a DRS in the UK, you don't have to fork out any money to start it off, and you could win it if they don't reply. See what I mean?
So I'm going to give you a good story now about a domain name.
Is that the link you?
Yeah, you can send it to the people that are watching. So about 20 years ago, I owned this domain name. It was 2004. I bought it in 2003. I don't know why. And a guy called me. We had done a couple emails back and forth, and I figured, all right, I'll call the guy. He wanted to buy the domain name. So I was gonna charge him a lot of money, and I was gonna charge him what a typical fee would be for a domain name. But he got to my, and nobody has done this since. He got to my sympathetic side, and he told me the truth. So this guy is the only honest domainer I've met in about the only honest end user I've met in the last 22 years. He told me his wife was building a site on bottle trees, and she actually wanted this for her home business, and she was bugging him to see if he could get this domain name.
Yes.
And he was telling me the truth. We had a really open and honest conversation, and I ended up being nice to him and just sold it to him just to be a good guy and make his wife happy and make him happy. And that was the name. And to this day, they still own the domain name. It's still the wife's business, and he hasn't gotten rid of it. So he would be the honor roll guy for the most honest domain purchaser that there was, instead of all those fake ones that say I'm using it for a school presentation or I'm doing that. This guy was the only guy that was ever really honest, and I gave him the domain name because of it. And I never forgot it. It's been 20 years, bottletree.com, and I haven't forgotten it. So there you go. I bet you, I'm sure I can look in my email. I have the original email because I don't get rid of any email that he sent me on Bottletree. Yes. That would be funny to find while you're doing this. I'm sure I still have it.
Interesting business. Is it making any money?
Well, I don't know if it is, but I mean, they look good. They look nice. I don't know if it's making any business, but
yes,
that's his problem.
Well, they have sold some. They have sold some. That's good.
I don't even know if the domain. Yes. I don't even know if the domain outlasted the marriage. I don't know what the story is, but yes, yeah, it's in my domain list from February 2004. I still had it. I'm just looking to see when I actually sold it. That's funny because it's here. Here it is. Interest in domain name. Holy crap. Yeah, here's where I sold it to him. Wow, that's interesting. Here. This is hilarious.
What is that?
Yes. Let me share my screen. It was actually 2007, but I actually sold to him. I thought it was like sooner, but if you look at my email, it's very funny. Where is it? Here. Interested, Lipsy, same guy, Bill Lipsy, March 1st, 2007. I've contacted you before. I'm interested in the domain name, Bottletree. Please contact me. Isn't that cool?
Yep.
That's cool. So, did sell it to him. He was the first honest guy, and
Mark is asking 1200.
What did I sell it for? I don't know what I sold it for. I got to be honest. No idea. Where did he see 1200, Mark? Oh, let me see the previous email, because there's a thing here. No, I don't see anything.
So
I don't know what I sold it for. Delta. But it's interesting when you go back and you remember sales like that where people are actually honest. So there you go. Cool.
Fantastic. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. So before I give the last word to our gentlemen, to promote their stuff or to say some words, to share some words of wisdom. So the main summit has been cut and compressed into 2 days. That is probably better. So two-day event is better. And now the registration is free. To attend it, it is free of charge. Absolutely free of charge.
Why didn't you cut it to 1 day?
No. 1 day is not enough for exhibitors. No, at some point there was one man who wrote me and who actually said to me, "I would love to come, but it is spot on my birthday."
Yeah.
But again, birthday is one.
Like you say, the problem is
that is not a problem anymore.
People always create
London.
events.
It is London.
On holidays.
It is London. It is the season. It is the time of the year when you don't have to take your kids to the school.
No, because
you do not have to wake them.
Yeah,
you do not have to pick them from the school.
You don't want
there are no after-school clubs.
Take your kids with you.
So basically, you can do everything possible. Monday, Tuesday, free entry, still free drinks, still free food. I decided to keep it
unlimited.
Well, we are all grown people. If you want to win the award of swine.co.uk.
If it's unlimited, I'm sure all the domainers will come.
Yeah, it is a good place. And so the
Mm.
thing is, when people enter good places, they behave in different ways.
Mm.
uh, I've noticed this. It is always about the environment.
Yeah.
The same person can act totally different ways when he
Mm.
is in a rubbish like environment. He swears, he talks, he looks different, and
Mm.
once he goes to a respectable place, then he
So what
dresses up.
are you going to
He
be
uses
living
different.
there? Are you going to be living in the restaurant for 2 days?
Uh, do you want to stay with me?
I'm just asking.
Well, it depends. It depends. We will see. We will see. We'll see how the sponsors will come up. Are there any exhibitors, big ones? Are there exhibitors who want to throw maybe some VIP dinners or something? There are lots of crazy possibilities.
Mm.
It is just the question: does the European domaining business niche need these networking events?
Mm.
This is one of opportunity in the UK and in Europe, the
Mm.
only English-speaking independent domain name meetup, the only one.
Mm.
And for Indians, even for Indians, it is much cheaper to come to London than to go to the USA. And NamesCon, oh come on, just check that temperature. It will be horrible. It will be horrible. I promise you.
Mm.
So forget about NamesCon. Okay, Adam,
I am just
anything?
checking how far it is from Haryana, India, where our DN school buddy is, to London. And maybe we should just partner with him since driving distance. It's a long time. 7 days,
No,
9
driving
hours.
distance will be quite
7
far.
days. 7 days.
7 days, 9 hours. Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Mm.
He's going to
Well,
have to leave
it
really
is the
early.
same as for the bill to walk.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he'll have to leave in July. No, I don't have anything I want to promote. Just that happy to be here, and I hope that I get a chance to meet some of the people, even whoever decides to come in London at the summit. And I will give you the time you want, and we will have a good time, no matter who shows up. So looking
And
forward to it.
Adam, you could take your domain tool with you as well and to present it.
Sure, there's lots of stuff we can do. We can do all kinds of different things. I'll be
Okay,
ready.
and before we go to Sam, Mark says, how goes the domain name sales for the tool?
It's good.
So
It's good. I'm back now. I was away for about a week, so I'm back now, and I can put more people on it. So I'm back. But don't all
yes,
email me because I want to make sure it's perfectly ready before I put people on it. It'd be a good idea to go to Affiliate Gathering and get some affiliate marketers.
yes. I'm going to Germany. I'm gonna go visit our German colleagues. I'm going to Domain Pulse, and then I'm going to ICANN Hague as well.
Well, if I were you, I would mention the black book that you were talking about earlier.
I will mention the black book to all the domain news media sites. As that on that thing, I'm quite serious. If the main media does not want to mention domain name summit, they will get in my black book. Oh yes,
Got it.
this is something I actually do not understand, but yes. So, Sam.
Yeah, so obviously it would be good to meet some people. I haven't got a clue which day I'll go. I haven't even looked at the dates really. But yeah, so yeah, if anyone wants to talk UK, co-UK domains, let me know. Not
If
UK.
you want to drop them, yes.
No, I'm interested in both. I joke about .uk, but you know, I registered just 40 a minute ago, so there you go. You know, it's just long-term hold on .uk's and co-uk's. You know, maybe eventually they'll, you know, die out and .uk will take over, but I haven't got a clue how long it will take though.
I did check, and the flight is 9 hours and 15 minutes. So
Nice.
maybe we can partner with the domain school, and I can do a class for them if they're interested, and maybe they can come to the domain summit in London.
Mm.
Be happy to do that.
Hitesh, if you are watching, Hitesh, here you go. Yes, contact Adam. Yes, and yes, we are in talks in Hitesh that I might give him a table. Yes, that
Well, I'll do the class before he commits to the show if he wants, just so he knows we're good. Be happy to do it
awesome. And
if he's still awake. If he's still here and awake.
or no, Hitesh said that usually he watches replays. Yes. So and okay, can you get someone from Autonic or Sedo? Autonic is tricky. I've tried to go through GoDaddy. I will try to do so, but Sedo will be there. Sedo will be there. Are they gonna have an exhibitor launch or not? I do not know. We are in conversations, but definitely they are coming. I've met Sedo guys. They are interested and they are very, very cool, and they have strong presence in Europe. Very strong presence, and their name and everything. So Sedo will be there. Yes.
Well, if they tell everyone they're going, then a lot more people will come. So they should tweet it out or something.
Okay, I'll have a chat with them. Yes, basically we have been talking with them for quite a time. That is one of the companies I would love to work in the future as well. I really like Sedo myself. And we should get
For next week, I'm also going to look up the oldest domain that I have an email for that I sold.
Okay.
Going before Bottle Tree. We'll do that for next week. But absolutely, Sedo should come, and it'll be nice to see them there.
Sam, congratulations on your recent sale. I don't know what you have sold, but you have sold
I
something.
don't sell domains.
I know. We all know that.
Banana.co.uk.
Yeah, I don't sell domains. I just buy them.
Of course. Here is the thing to everybody who is watching. Sam will never ever start going into the buying spree or put on his buying shoes before he sells something. Oh yes, I've known Sam for a long time.
I'm sure if I was Adam and I saw 3 letters available, he'd be registering them as well.
So you can buy banana.co.uk. It's not in use at the moment. It's got a forwarding page that doesn't work.
Oh, is it? I have to get in touch with them.
It says no forwarding set. What a waste of a website.
Yeah, there's plenty of those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you are interested in crypto, there is one domain I have bought, a premium one, whale.london.
Oh.
If there is one word that symbolizes, so I'm doing an event before the main summit, a 2-day event with paid food. Be careful. So about the crypto in the same place, I need to get ready for the event. And there will be an exhibition. A friend of mine is crypto artist, MX12. He started doing NFTs before the freaking stones. So there were crypto punks, and before the punks, there were stones. And his first crypto art was before the stones. So there will be his exhibition, and we will see. I've got really, really interesting and cool connections in crypto world. Really cool connections.
That's July 4th and 5th.
Yes, it is.
I'm on the site. I will promote it. Cryptocurrency, July 4th and 5th.
And once you're talking about domain names, whale.london.
That's a good name.
So
could be a diet site too when you're through. When you're through with it, could be a diet site.
only after a night of food tours.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Adam.
Yes.
Thank you.
It is always really, really great seeing you both. Seriously, and the knowledge you both have is we cannot evaluate it, really. The experience is magnificent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All the best. Good night.